So, it's been all over my feed. You've probably seen it too. A guy named Bryan Johnson is spending millions of dollars a year to reverse his biological age. The whole project is called Blueprint, and it's one of those internet things that's just too wild to ignore. It's extreme, it's data-driven, and honestly, it's kind of fascinating. As someone who spends their life reviewing the latest tech, I couldn't help but see this as the ultimate human software and hardware upgrade. Is it possible to biohack your body like you'd overclock a processor? The curiosity got the best of me. I wanted to cut through the noise and see what this thing is actually like. Not for a year, and definitely not spending millions of dollars, but for 7 days, just 1 week. Before we dive into my experience, let's talk about the man behind the madness, Bryan Johnson. He's a tech entrepreneur, the founder of Braintree, which owned Venmo before they sold to PayPal for a cool $800 million. So he has the resources to do, well, pretty much anything he wants. And what he wants to do is achieve age reversal. He's not just trying to live longer. He's on a mission to make his 45-year-old body have the biological markers of an 18-year-old. He claims his rate of aging has slowed significantly, and he's got the data to back it up. He says he now ages slower than the average 10-year-old. The whole premise of Blueprint is to remove the human element, what he calls your erratic, self-destructive mind, from the decision-making process about your health. Instead of deciding what to eat based on cravings or convenience, an algorithm or a protocol decides for you. Every single calorie, every minute of exercise, and every second of sleep is measured, tracked, and optimized based on scientific evidence. First, the diet. It's all vegan and consists of 3 main meals. Breakfast is the super veggie puree. It's a blend of broccoli, cauliflower, lentils, mushrooms, and a bunch of other healthy stuff. The total calorie count is precise, around 2,000 calories a day, and you have to finish all your eating by 11 a.m. Day 1 started in the dark. My alarm blared at 5 a.m., a brutal reminder of the commitment I'd made. My first groggy thought was, what have I gotten myself into? This isn't just an early start. It's a core tenet of the Blueprint protocol, seizing control of your day before the world wakes up. But in that moment, it just felt like punishment. I stumbled into the kitchen to face my first challenge, the infamous super veggie. I had prepped the mountain of ingredients the night before: broccoli, lentils, mushrooms. This is the cornerstone of Bryan Johnson's diet, engineered for maximum nutritional benefit, not taste. All I had to do was blend it into a grayish-green sludge. The smell was potent, incredibly earthy. I poured the thick liquid into a bowl, staring at the daunting pile of over 50 supplement pills next to it. This is biohacking in its rawest form. Steeling myself, I took my first hesitant bite. It wasn't disgusting, but it certainly wasn't delicious. The texture was gritty, the flavor bland. It tasted like pure, unadulterated health. You have to mentally reframe it from a meal to a biological necessity. After finally finishing the super veggie and choking down the mountain of pills, it was time for the workout. The Blueprint workout is famously intense. Day 1 was a mix of full-body exercises, and I was surprised by how good I felt. Maybe there was something to this madness after all. Waking up on day 2 was slightly easier. I knew what to expect, which made the 5 a.m. alarm a little less jarring. The super veggie was still a chore to eat, but I developed a technique: don't think, just swallow. By front-loading all my nutrition and calories early in the day, my body had the fuel it needed for the most demanding parts of my schedule: the morning workout and the initial block of deep work. By day 3, something strange started to happen. I was adapting. The routine, which felt so alien and restrictive at first, was becoming second nature. The structure was almost comforting in its predictability. It eliminated decision fatigue. It was like living life on autopilot, but an autopilot programmed for peak performance. Just when I thought I was getting the hang of it, the midweek slump hit me hard on day 4. The novelty had worn off, and the reality of the grind set in. The super veggie tasted worse than ever. I was bored. I was sick of lentils and blended nuts. My body had adjusted to the fasting, so I wasn't feeling intense hunger pangs anymore, but I was experiencing powerful cravings. On day 5, someone brought donuts into the office. It was a classic scenario. The smell of freshly baked dough and sweet glaze filled the entire studio. I had to physically walk away. It was a moment of pure comedic struggle. Resisting that donut felt like a monumental victory, but it also made me feel a bit like an outcast. As I entered the final stretch of the experiment, something shifted again. The struggle of the midweek slump gave way to a sense of acceptance and empowerment. The rigid structure of the Blueprint protocol no longer felt like a prison, but a framework that my body and mind finally stopped fighting. On day 6, I woke up feeling a renewed sense of purpose. I was almost at the finish line. The routine felt completely normal now. It was freeing up mental energy I didn't even know I was spending on small daily decisions. On the final day, day 7, I felt a huge sense of accomplishment. I had done it. I had survived a week of living like Bryan Johnson. It gives you a profound respect for the discipline involved in this extreme biohacking lifestyle. All right, let's get to the part you've been waiting for. The results? I'm a tech reviewer, so I love data. Because what's the point of all this effort without measurable outcomes? Let's dive into the numbers. First, sleep. This was the most dramatic improvement. My average sleep score for the week was 91, up from my usual average of around 78. This wasn't just a number, I felt it. The consistent bedtime and cutting off food early made a world of difference in my deep sleep quality. I lost about 4 pounds over the week, and my energy during workouts was consistently high. The most surprising physical effect was a reduction in inflammation. My joints felt better, and some minor skin redness I'd gotten used to had completely vanished, a testament to the clean, plant-based diet. So, after 7 days of green sludge, intense fasts, and a mountain of pills, what's the final verdict? Would I recommend this to a normal person? The answer, like the protocol itself, is complicated. It's a journey that pushed my body and mind, revealing both incredible potential and significant drawbacks. I would absolutely not recommend that anyone try to adopt the entire Blueprint protocol as it is. It's too extreme, demanding a rigidity that removes all spontaneity. It's profoundly isolating, making simple social rituals like sharing a meal impossible. And it's incredibly expensive, with a price tag that is simply out of reach for most people. However, I would 100% recommend using Blueprint as a source of inspiration and a modular toolkit. You don't have to do everything to get some of the benefits. Think of it as a buffet of biohacks. Pick and choose what actually fits your lifestyle, budget, and goals. Maybe you can adopt the early bedtime and no screens rule. The impact on my sleep quality was so profound, I woke up feeling genuinely restored, not just less tired. This is a habit I'm definitely going to try and keep. Or perhaps it's just the focus on nutrient-dense foods, even if you don't blend them into a single meal. This experiment taught me a lot about the power of self-discipline and the importance of intention. So much of our daily life is lived on autopilot. This forced me to be conscious of every choice, reminding me that we have more agency over our well-being than we often exercise. Ultimately, this challenge was a success. It was a fascinating look into the world of extreme biohacking and a powerful personal test of discipline. It's a glimpse into a future where health is a data-driven, engineered outcome, for better or worse. So, what do you think? Is this the future of health, or has science gone too far? What's one habit from this you might actually try? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell, because we have a lot more candid challenges and experiments coming up that you won't want to miss. Thanks for watching. If this video opened your eyes to the possibilities of human optimization, share it with someone who needs to see this. Your support helps us bring you more eye-opening content like this.